So recently I did a video about the HP Stream 7 Windows tablet. This is a signature edition. I got it for $99 on the Microsoft Store because I wanted to learn a lot more about Windows 8.1 running on a mobile device. And the video is done pretty well. I think around 17,000 views, something like that. And for the most part, the comments have been pretty positive, but I do keep getting this repeating type of comment that shows up in one form or another, but essentially worded the same way, stressing how I'm not seeing the value of the device because of the free subscription to Office, because it's a full-blown operating system on a full-blown PC, et cetera, et cetera. And, it was an unfair review. I looked at this tablet strictly as a mobile content consumption device, or as a typical tablet buyer would look at it, right? I was comparing it, the modern UI apps against the Android apps, against the iOS apps, as what most people, I think, buy a tablet for. Now, the simple fact that this runs on a quad-core processor, and actually running a full-blown operating system, full-blown version of Windows, does bear some type of statement on my part. But I want to read this comment to you because this is really typical. So I'm not signaling handquake here out, because I've kind of been, heard this over and over and over again. Handquake writes, "Hey, it seems you actually monitor your vids." Yes, I do. So I'm going to take a second to tell you the beauty of these little Windows tablets. Please do so. Full Office for a year equals like $100. Is it snappy? Probably not, but with a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, it's the full thing. The device is $100, Office is $100. Okay, let's stop right there just a second. It's only worth $100 if you need Office 365, if you want Office 365. It is not worth $100 if you have no use for it. And certainly that is for 1 year. Guess what? After a year, you've got to renew your subscription and pay for it. So if I'm not in the market for Office 365, didn't think I wanted Office 365, then no, that does not make it any cheaper to me whatsoever, because it's of no value. HP is planning on selling millions of these. If you look how they're sold, they're right beside the Android tablets, etc. People that want something quick, easy, and pick up in their pocket, tap an app, look at Facebook real quick, check the news, the weather, maybe check their email, etc. That's what they're interested in. That's the majority of people that's going to be buying these things. Yes, I get a lot of tech-savvy people on my channel who says, "Hey, how come you don't dual boot it into Linux? I can use it as some type of server of some kind. I can use remote desktop and remote into." Look, you're in a different category of person than the typical customer going out and buying one of these things. And you're not going to use Office 365 if you're the average Joe on a 7-inch display, which, by the way, the touch on this thing isn't that great. If you don't believe me, try one for yourself and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's only got 5 points of touch on here versus the 10 on a Surface Pro, the Surface Pro 3, for example. So it's a hit and a miss affair, and it's rather hard to resize windows and do all that stuff with this thing in the desktop mode. I hope I made myself clear on that point. Next, these Windows tablets run a full operating system. They do, which means you can watch regular Hulu for free. Yes, you can. I did it myself. No Hulu Plus subscription at $96 a year. Maybe some people don't even care about Hulu. I don't know. I wouldn't consider that part of the equation on giving this thing a value. Call that $100. Can't watch the entire library, but you can watch anything current in your queue for up to 5 weeks back in time. Again, I don't think this is a showstopper for most people. I mean, they're selling millions of iPads, etc., and people's not clamoring to watch the free Hulu on those, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't think it's that big of a deal. So now the device gave you, call it $95 as a consumption device and paid for itself with the best office software. A lot of people using software as a service. I particularly use software as a service. Guess what? I use Google Apps. I have no need for Office 365. I have no need for Microsoft Office. And guess what? I'm a Microsoft partner. I do have it, but I just simply don't use it. That being said, next, the filing system when transferring files to from external storage, simplicity itself. Can't argue about that. iTunes to this day just breaks my heart. Mine too. I think it's a horrid piece of software. Apple needs to let it die. Why choose an app? Is Droid or iOS better than full YouTube on a full operating system? Maybe in this form factor, but a little download called Touch Mouse Pointer can take care of quite a few headaches. Well, that's the thing. Why do people buy tablets to begin with? If you're going to use productivity apps such as Office 365, use the desktop version of YouTube and the desktop version of Hulu, this probably isn't the device to be doing that with. You really need something more, what's the Stream 11 or something like that, more of a netbook, notebook type of form factor, keyboard and all that. I think you'd be a lot more happy that way than buying it in this form factor. Why do people buy tablets? And the answer for the most part is going to be they want to pick something up on the go, take it, they want to check Facebook, they want to check their email, they want to look at the news, maybe they want to watch a movie on Netflix, whatever, and that's what they want to use it for. Real tech-savvy people might find other uses for these, but the average Joe, not so much. And I don't think the average Joe is really going to be that interested in a subscription for 1 year to Office 365, and then to try the painful experience of using it on the 7-inch display on this particular device, because the touch is not a great experience on it. It's a little bit of a slug as far as speed and performance. That's really not what this thing is all about. Yes, it can do it, but should you do it? I don't recommend that necessarily on this particular piece of hardware. Not to say it's not worth 99 bucks. It certainly is. It depends on you and what you're going to use it for. I look at it strictly as a tablet, but I am doing a review of the pluggable Pro 8 docking station, which would allow you to hook it up to a mouse, keyboard, and display and use it as a desktop PC, and we'll see how that goes. That's it. Just wanted to give respond to this type of comment, not picking on Handquake, because I've just seen this too many times. I thought I'd make a video to address it.